Imagine a billionaire with access to politicians, celebrities, and some of the most powerful people in the world being arrested for one of the most serious crimes imaginable, and then suddenly passing away in prison. The case gets closed. But the questions never do. Who was Jeffrey Epstein? How did he reach that level of influence? And why, even years after his death, does this case still divide the internet, the media, and public opinion? Before we get into it, if you find this kind of content interesting, leave a like and subscribe. It really helps and lets you know when more deep dive videos come out. Who was Jeffrey Epstein? Jeffrey Epstein was an American financier who built a career in the world of investments and high-level connections. On the surface, he appeared to be a successful Wall Street figure. He had wealth, private jets, properties, and connections to extremely influential people. But over time, a very different picture began to emerge. Epstein was later accused of running a network involving the exploitation and abuse of underage girls. In 2008, he reached a controversial plea deal in Florida that allowed him to avoid a much harsher federal prosecution. That deal later became one of the most heavily criticized legal agreements in modern U.S. history. If you're finding this story interesting so far, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow a lot. Arrest and second case. In 2019, Epstein was arrested again by federal authorities in the United States. This time, the charges were even more serious, involving sex trafficking of minors and conspiracy. Unlike before, this was a federal case with the potential for a life sentence. At this point, the case became global news and attracted massive public attention. Death in prison. In August 2019, Epstein was found deceased in his jail cell in New York. The official conclusion stated that his death was a suicide. However, the circumstances surrounding his passing led to widespread public debate. Issues were raised about prison protocol failures, missing surveillance footage, and lapses in supervision. These details fueled speculation and theories online. Still, officially, the conclusion remains suicide, even if public discussion continues. If you're still watching, consider leaving a like and subscribing for more deep dive stories like this. Why this case is so big? The Epstein case is not just about one individual. It touches on wealth, power, politics, elite, social networks, and institutional failure. Epstein had connections to many well-known figures across business, politics, and entertainment. However, it is important to note that association does not automatically imply wrongdoing. This distinction is often blurred in online discussions. Documents and public records. After his passing, various court documents, testimonies, and legal materials began to be released. These documents included names, statements, and references related to Epstein's network. But again, being mentioned in documents does not equal being accused or convicted of any wrongdoing. This is one of the most misunderstood aspects of the case online. Still, the continued release of information keeps public interest alive. Why people still talk about it. There are several reasons this case remains so widely discussed. The scale of Epstein's wealth and connections. The seriousness of the allegations. His passing while in custody. Questions about prison oversight, social media, amplifying theories and interpretations. Together, these factors turned a criminal case into a global cultural topic. Some see it as a story of systemic failure. Others see it as an example of how power can intersect with justice. And online spaces keep the discussion alive continuously. If you're enjoying this breakdown, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. Conclusion. Jeffrey Epstein is no longer alive, but the case surrounding him continues to exist in public discourse. Official investigations have reached conclusions, but public curiosity has not disappeared. And maybe that is what makes this case so persistent. Not because it lacks answers, but because people continue questioning whether all the answers are complete. One thing is certain. It changed how many people view power, justice, and